Stick say who ya there?
You who and so say ni my dear coso there.
Yeah, me aminim.
Obi.
Yeah. And it's see no my clarify way mo branches no ni nyina na FDA atum anase East Legon de ne nko a.
Edi kanu obi me da wase say waton sa frame. Nyankopon shaw. We bi sabi na FDA almost at no na mo ba yen Sprinters branch no. Omo be fifa na ma be na mo ko investigation, proud investigation. And omuto na mo ba ho ene anepe. I was also there granting interview to the media. Ohana omo catcher and say omo to all the branches. So I was even asking them why all the branches, because it is one isolated branch I didn't see it. And almost said that is part of their rules and regulations. And then said, okay, Ohana Mema a manager no or communicating with all the branch managers and supervisors. And almost started said they are preparing to close down the branches. So later on when I came, and I know the same person told me that no, he said the East Legon branch and the Abilene Pay, the head office. And I said, but earlier you said 4. Because the head office in Okapo, there was nothing there in the other branches. But when we spoke to our chief executive, our boss, if you look at when you talk about conflict management, and also risk management, it's better we close all the 4 so that we sustain ourselves and be able to handle the issue holistically, get to continue with our investigation. FDA will also continue with their investigation. When everything is done and then they lift the van, then all of us can be on the same page and then we can start business, Obi.
Oh, okay. And not just say the closure of the other branches, no decision and more management will take here.
Exactly, Obi. Because I want to the point is that a decision came when they gave us information that we should close all.
Yes.
And the AFI just say and almost after the catcher said that be Oman Kaseni by inclusive to pay. I believe the head office and then the Sprintex and the East Legon. But as somebody who is into risk management, so I'm sure with the conflict resolution and all that, why don't we close all so that we take a holistic look at everything, and then when we come out as an organization or company, we can be on the same page.
Okay. It is this more branches I had back saying.
We have 5 branches now, so Mamo Bidiano is here and this is here we have 4. The main head office is at the Billing Pay. We have one at Sprinters, we have one at Labadi, and then we have one at the
East Legon.
East Legon.
Okay.
East Legon.
And as we speak, all the 4, no more closing it down.
Yeah, closing it down. Okay. And I can tell you the cost I also know will be the catcher. I'm telling you, it can even daze you. It can hypnotize you because you don't know. And I didn't ban and I'll just say young close it down. And we won't prepare them. So then we need to prepare them on time. And then all the 4 branches it's not easy. If you don't know, most of them would have to let go. We have to go into so many. We have some other suppliers.
Yeah.
They bring the items. We pay them at the end of the month. We have to give them their checks and all that. All the things that we're going to use today, it will go into that. And the Marwako fast food is going to go into a lot of cost. At the end of the day, I didn't see, most of the victims, we visited them at the hospital. Some of them would pay their hospital bills. We have everything here. Some of them, they say, look, they've been with Marwako for more than 8-10 years. They've never experienced this. So why would they take money from us for their medical bills? There are some also who actually conducted their self-medication. They went to the pharmacy and got their own medicine. They also say, no, they won't take anything from us. They are also even trying to advise us to be able to investigate because for them, it's unbelievable it happens at this. How do you call it? East Legon branch. Well, it's one of the favorite branch that they go to. And Obi, you're too and
yes.
Obi, the houses that we saw these customers, Obi, may catch us say it has really raised my eyebrow. I say, okay, so these are customers of Marwako Fast Food Limited. then we have to reopen our pages, be able to make sure, say, at the end of the day, the right things will be done. Many will say, your chief executive, all of us are closer to him because it's not easy. Sika, what they are showing, the money that he has invested in the business and the money that is going out, and yet now I can say that he has been totally traumatized, psychologically, mentally traumatized. Because remember, Obi, there's this issue about supervisor and the kitchen staff some time ago, and the supervisor was in prison. We've gone through that for so many times and all that. Remember, the Marwako branch was vandalized and they destroyed everything in that place. We were promised that we will be giving some money to support. Nobody bought in anything. This old man was able to refurbish the place, spend so much money, and we brought that business back. Today, look at what happened again. And Obi, one thing very interesting is that it is only one branch. And I didn't know, as on Saturday and Sunday, Mother's Day. Now, Obi, the motor granano, and the panel fan said 10, echo 3:30 Munominano. Omutu dana, I didn't affect your move. This said around 4 to 10:30 on Saturday, and on Sunday, the same time also 4 to 10:30. Omunkwana didn't affect your move. And Obi, let me tell you this. There is a family we visited yesterday, a father and about 6 children and the wife. It is only the father that was affected. The remaining family were not affected. We are investigating. We are meeting some of them. We are trying to console them. We want to apologize sincerely to Ghanaians and our customers. We want them to understand that this is human institution, Obi. Obi, you in the studio, one thing in the studio can mess up your program. But you being an experienced presenter in the studio, you are not doing it alone. You have a producer. You have people that are going to do the phone call for you and all that. So one person can mess up something and the whole program will become to a nut. And to Obi, I want to see this opportunity through you to apologize to all our customers who were involved in this problem. We want to assure them that we are with them. Anything that they want us to do, we are more than ready. FDA.
Senior, the other thing, the other thing is, so far, customers are reported to almost say, some negative effect from Adriani Omudi, Omoya Bear saying, do we know the numbers?
Yeah, the number is quite a bit dicey for now.
Okay.
Because I can say that the list that we have now, the number that we have is just about 50-something.
50-something.
And the 50-something too is based on family. Most of them, a family of let's say 5, 4, 3, and then you have 2. You may have some individuals also, but most of the number that's added to this number are family members. And there are some of them who took it upon themselves to deal with this self-medication. And they were able to call us and communicate with us, and then we share everything with them, and then we are moving. Yesterday, for example, from the morning till evening, we were visiting them at the hospital. Some of them who have been discharged will go to their houses. Some of them will go to their offices, and all that will be.
And most of them, no, Adriane Baina, Omotoye, rice, chips, or more, sadie, enya, what food did they buy?
Obi, say Marwako no, variety no, irresistible. We have fried rice and chicken. We have potato chips, grilled chicken. We have one of the best, pizza. We also have some drinkables. We have shawarma. We have all that. But most of the people that are more complaints are then I think fried rice. Some of them they talk about jollof. We have the coleslaw. We have the chicken and all that. But internally we are also investigating to be able to know the cause of it.
But more investigations internally and chair dodo.
Obi, we at any given time, every hour, every minute, you have a new customer calling to give you a different perspective. So such an investigation, Obi, if you conclude it prematurely, one year you give out the wrong information. That is why Marwako is holding on. Now that FDA has come in and then even closed down our branches, we are also going to fast track our investigation to make sure that we get the needed information. So before they may even come out, we may even come out with whatever that we have. And we are even preparing to come out with a press release based on what they have delivered for the closure of the branches. We are also going to come out with a press release just to say a word or two to make sure that Marwako will be, on the right page, will be.
In recent times, I've heard people in that enclave, baby, East Legon branch, complain about the quality of their water. I run it through their taps. Is it possible, say, a beer, and no subetimi, I the cause of the
Are you talking about the community?
Yes.
No, normally, Marwako Fast Food Limited, we are very, very careful with the water that we use.
Okay.
It is something that we don't joke with it. No, and so we have a way of trying to make sure that the water that we use, they are refined water that has been worked, or not water, they are pipe water, maybe use with the hydronic, and then bottle water in so crap and more bottle water. So drinks in so I make sure because FDA have given us the rules and regulations on how to prepare our food and the kind of water we need to use. In the young boss no crapono, this is somebody who has worked in the restaurant for over 40 years. It is one thing that he has always made sure that he is very restricted on it. Into the water issue, I'm not too sure that might have been part of the problem at Marwako problem. No, I don't think so.
More kitchens, no, into FDA for the Taiba or more kitchen and how we host it here.
Omoba unexpectedly in a mechano, Marwako Fast Food Limited. Anybody who knows Marwako, if you look at the quality of our food, you taste when we have experienced people in our kitchen. We make sure, self-hygiene. Even your workers, no crap. When you see them, they are attire, not the way they look. You can clearly see that these people are well trained. Those who are in the kitchen, we have supervisors. We have about 2 supervisors for each branch. One that is always in the kitchen, making sure that everything that will be served to customer must be scrutinized. How do you prepare it? Is it okay? Sometimes they even taste the food. They have to taste and make sure that it is the correct taste of the Marwako. Marwako, we have a defined taste of our food. The rice, the chips and everything. So if there's a problem with the taste, they will not serve the customer because we make sure that the right things are. That is why the customers that were involved in this problem, maybe I can tell you, I have even, see them as VVIP. They are the residents that we've seen and the individuals who even call to complain. You can clearly see that Marwako, indeed, our customers are high-rank people. But we hope that it's a turning point. The BB Abba, we have to correct our abnormalities and make sure that the right things are done. Obi.
Final question would be, sir, anytime Marwako, the company you work for, is in the news, no? Now, for the bad reason. Are you worried as the man in charge of communications?
Obi, I am worried. I'm not worried. I am worried because of some of the comments put on social media. You agree with me that advent of social media has brought a lot of irresponsibility in journalism. Obi, you and I, as media practitioners, know that there are 3 key media ethics that all of us need to understand. Number 1, professional responsibility. Number 2, legal responsibility. Number 3, social responsibility. But Obi, the issue we put on social media, there is nothing like ethical value. There is no responsibility. Your competitor could give someone a contract or get some social media influencer to put out something on Twitter or any social media just to attack you because there's a problem. If not that, Obi, this is not normal for Marwako. We've admitted, we've apologized, but why would people want to overstretch it, put certain information on Twitter, and when you want to even engage them and seek they will not respond to you. Most of them are not direct victims. some of them just heard about it, Obi, and they just got themselves and be writing anything. That is my worry about it. But why am I not worried? I'm not worried because Obi.
But is it not because to them, no, it's about human lives and the value we place on human lives. And because this food poisoning could easily have led to the death of some of the victims, no?
Obi, what is food poisoning? Food poisoning is happening to all of us. I have ate a food prepared by my wife. I was admitted for 28 days at 37 Military Hospital. It was said it was food poisoning, not once, not twice. There was a gentleman that we visited. He also made the same point, and he was the one who rejected any payment of his hospital bills. He said, look, this house, this is the wife accept. She cooked the food, we've ate, and all of us were admitted. So that is what they want to see the Marwako issue as, just one of those things. Why didn't we sit down and be able to identify the cause and correct it? Obi, if this thing had happened to all the branches, then one would say that indeed this is something that is coming from a source that can be identified. But this is one branch. And I told you, say, branch and also no, and you say ABI the whole day. It was partially in a day, on Saturday and on Sunday. So we were even asking, why would it happen on Mother's Day? Mother's Day when our customers' number increased. So I wouldn't want to really speculate that it could be orchestrated by competitor or whatever. No, I wouldn't want to go there. I believe that it was something that God has really brought to Marwako, for Marwako to correct certain one or two rough edges, open a new page, be able to see how best we can even retrain our staff, those in the kitchen, and those who are, the waitress and the waitresses and all that, so that at the end of the day, Marwako will still maintain its composure, will still be one of the best restaurants in Ghana or in Accra, Obi.
Senior, my na yemfa in would follow up na ebia mu investigations in the BBA, the actions that you take, you know, your best chance to be home community. BBA, I will come back to you. Right.
Obi, thank you so much. Once again, let me seize this opportunity. For platform, no, there is no day that we don't listen to you. It is only because of the problem since Monday, and then Kwana now so firm also. Yes. I want to apologize to all our customers. And do you know one interesting thing? Majority of the journalists who came to conduct interview, they are also customers of Marwako. So I'm saying that I'm apologizing to all Ghanaians, those who have been affected directly, indirectly, we are apologizing. Those who have not been able to link up with us, they can get my number and call me. We are more than ready to deal with them. Those who have been discharged, we wish them a speedy recovery. Those who are still at the hospital, we believe God is going to place His blessings on them. All of them will be okay. Obi, I don't know what to say to you. Thank you so much for the time. God bless you. Together with your production team and everybody who supported for me to come live on your show. God bless you.
Thank you. Mohammed Lamte, communications manager at Marwako restaurant, and I'm AD and Komo. Indeed, that's a story we did at the start of the show, and the follow